Guys, and welcome to my channel. My name is Mandy Glam. If you're new to my channel, then welcome. If you are already a part of the Mandy Glam family, then welcome back. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to another one of my videos. I really do appreciate your love and support for my channel. Thank you so much. As you guys read in the title of the video, I'm going to be sharing with you my favorite designer perfume houses. So if y'all have been following me for any significant amount of time, you already know I am a designer girl through and through. I love designer fragrances. I mean, come on, those were like the first fragrances I ever got into, I ever purchased for myself were designer fragrances. I also have a honorable mention house. This house, I had to include it because I am very partial to this designer, okay, and the fragrances. So I had to mention it in the video. And I love all the designers, okay? I love all of them. All of the ones, even the ones behind me that I'm not gonna mention, but the ones in front of me, I really cut for, okay? Really, 9 times out of 10, when I go shopping for a fragrance, more than likely, I pick a fragrance from this house. Like, one house in particular, actually 2 houses in particular, I'm very partial to. 3. Dang, see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Like, I just love them all. Like, I can't even make up my mind just talking about them, okay? But let's get into the house that I have the most fragrances for. So this house, I have 2, 4, 6, 7 fragrances from this house. This is the house of Moogler. I love the house of Moogler for several reasons. Before they changed the name, in case you don't know who I'm talking about Terry Moogler. He is a fashion designer. Have you guys seen the latest Moogler fashions? Oh my God, they are so sexy. Anyway, in addition to that, he has fragrances, but I know the company was bought out a couple of years back, and so now they dropped the Terry and now it's just Moogler, okay? But nonetheless, I'm infatuated. I'm infatuated with Moogler. It's just something very mysterious about Moogler. It's something very playful. It's something very sexy, and I'm just literally drawn to the fragrances. I love the bottles. The bottles are just so unique. They're so different. They're so fun, and I enjoy them. I wish I had my little stands for the stars, but I don't. I've been trying to find some. Like, one stand is like $25. Ridiculous. I mean, yeah, I pay for it because, you know, I want my fragrances to like sit up like that, you know. Comment down below if y'all know where I can find a stand for my stars. Okay, so I'm not gonna go into notes because, honey, this video would be super long, and yeah, I'm not trying to do all that, okay? The very first one I ever added to my collection is Angel by Moogler. You guys know this is a chocolate patchouli bomb. This is a gourmand fragrance, even though for me personally, I feel like it's more of a semi-dark chocolate type of fragrance. It has a ton of notes in this fragrance. I want to say cotton candy is one of the notes. There's a ton of notes. Vanilla probably. I can't even remember how many notes are in this fragrance. But I bought my first bottle of Angel in the late 90s, and it was my very first grown woman fragrance, okay? I was on my grown woman kick, and I wanted to smell like an adult. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to smell more mature. At the time, I think I was doing like a lot of Bath and Body Works stuff. And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna buy this fragrance. I smelled it in the store. It was loud and strong and potent as hell. And I was amazed. I was blown back by this fragrance. I said, wow, I have to have it. So I bought it. The infatuation with Moogler just kept on going, okay? This fragrance is Angel Muse by Moogler, okay? Now this one is a flanker of the Angel, and it does have a lot of the Angel DNA in it. But what stands out to me in this fragrance is the hazelnut. This one to me is more of a gourmand, you know what I'm saying, versus this one. This one is a Patchouli Bomb. If you don't like patchouli, you're not gonna like this fragrance. And people always say either you are an alien girl or an angel girl. I'm an angel girl with alien tendencies, depending on the alien, okay? It just has that Nutella hazelnut smell to me, and it's very sweet and sugary, and I just really enjoy it. And yeah, love this one. Okay. Come on, are you kidding me? These bottles are simply gorgeous, and they're just so different. Look at this. I need a stand for this too. If there's stands for this one, let me know. This one is this is a very green fragrance. The reason why I started laughing is because the first word that really came to my mind was medicinal. Because this fragrance has a very medicinal smell to it at initial spray, but once it dries down into something very green and vanilla. Okay. Angel Eau Croisière. This is the 2020 version, I believe. This is one that I would actually gravitate to right now because it's perfect for this time of the year, spring and summer. And it just gives me a coconut beach vibe. I feel like this is something I would wear like poolside. I would wear this at the beach. I would wear this on vacation. This is just a very vacation type of smell to me. Flankers of the Alien. Okay, you guys already know how I feel about the original Alien. I think I just spoke about it in one of my recent videos, and oh my god, it's just a lot for me. It's doing a lot. This is Alien Eau Sublime, okay, and this is Alien Mirage. And out of these two, I would have to say this one is my favorite. This is bae for me. This is, oh my god, this is so elegant. This reminds me of a department store. You know how you first walk into a department store right on the first floor where they have all the cosmetics and perfumes and stuff like that? This is what this reminds me of instantly. It smells so good. This one reminds me a lot of the original Alien. Oh, also, by the way, before I move on, this one has no jasmine in it, you guys. The original Alien has a lot of jasmine in it. It's a jasmine bomb, but it still reminds me of Alien. I don't know how they do it, but it's so beautiful. It is so beautiful. Okay, back to this one. This one reminds me more of the original Alien fragrance. The only difference with this one is it has citrus. It has a lot of citrus in that initial blast. You get the citrus component, but you guys, once it dries down just like the original Alien. I am on the hunt for more Alien flankers because I love the house so much, and I hate that I don't care for the Alien because I love the bottles. I love the bottles, and I love this one. I just don't care for the original one. So I do want to have some Alien in my collection is basically what I'm trying to say. But yeah. And I love this one because it sits up on its own. Yay. This is Angel Nova. You guys recommended this fragrance to me, and I bought it on the recommendation, and I love it. This one is more of a, I want to say a rose, a woody type fragrance. It kind of puts me in the frame of mind of Dkny. You guys, I did a whole comparison video of this one and Dkny exclusive, and they are similar. This is reminiscent of it, but it doesn't smell exactly like Dkny exclusive. Okay, it'd be perfect for all year round because it has, I want to say, an oud note in it that I feel like will carry very well in the cooler months. So yeah, this is one I would definitely wear all year round. I can talk about Moogler all day, really all day. I just love everything that house stands for. All right, now this is another house that I simply adore. I would have more in my collection if I could afford more, because he is not cheap, honey. He is not cheap, and I'm talking about Mr. Tom Ford. Okay, I have 3 fragrances from the house of Tom Ford. Do I have another one? thought I had more than this. Maybe in my mind. Maybe in my mind I have another one, but no, I only have 3. Okay, this is Tom Ford's Noir Extreme. Very sweet fragrance. I don't, you know what? I've never smelled the one for women, the Tom Ford Noir. Is it Noir? I haven't smelled that one, but this is the Tom Ford Noir Extreme for men. And this is a gourmand fragrance. Spicy. I believe there's some type of nutmeg or cinnamon in here. There's a sweet dessert in here called kalufai. I believe that's how it's pronounced. And I just love this fragrance. Love it to death. Hey, this is Tom Ford's Black Orchid. I am going to get a bigger bottle, but I think I'm going to get the gold one, which from my understanding smells just like this one. But I just love that gold bottle packaging or whatever, so I'm going to get the gold one. But yeah, this was bae from day one. Another heavy hitter fragrance, very unique. My goodness, when this one came on the scene, it just blew me away, kind of like the Angel did. It was just something different, something unique, something I had never smelled before. And it's not for everybody, you know, and I like that because everybody's not gonna smell like me. Everybody can't take the Black Orchid. I simply love it. There's patchouli in here, there's truffle, there is, oh my god, vanilla. There are a ton of notes in this fragrance, but for me it's the uniqueness. Okay, this is Grey Vetiver by Tom Ford. Now this one I'm gonna say is really will lean more towards the masculine side. I honestly think a lot of Tom Ford's fragrances are unisex. I feel like this is definitely unisex even though it's for men, and I believe this one is marketed as a unisex fragrance, and I smelled it on a guy and it smells great on men. Okay, now this one I would say will lean more towards the masculine side. The vetiver in this fragrance is very earthy, very dry. It smells like fresh grounded dry dirt. Okay, like if you just go outside and you just dig your hands in dirt, and it's fresh, it's not stinky. But I gravitate towards this fragrance mostly in the summertime on a date night because it is sexy, and then I also love to wear it in the wintertime. It performs so good in the cold months because of that earthy, dirty component that it has. I don't know, I'm a very earthy type of person. Like, I love the earth. I love the smell of grass, fresh cut grass, even though it doesn't agree with my allergies. I love the smell of dirt. I love the smell of rain. I'm just like an earthy girl, you know. And so this is like earth to me in a bottle. So I love it. I want the Tom Ford, I think it's called Neige Soleil. I love that one. I was actually tempted to buy it, but I think I'm gonna get it here in the next couple of weeks. I'm gonna add that one to my collection. I'm gonna get the Tom Ford Black Orchid in the gold bottle. I'm gonna get Cafe Rose by Tom Ford because it's beautiful. I'm gonna get Metallique by Tom Ford because I love that one as well. So I have 4 fragrances that I'm gonna be adding to my Tom Ford collection, and we definitely will be revisiting this video because I will be adding more to my Tom Ford collection because I want to see it grow. I've only had those 3 and that's it, because Tom Ford is expensive. He ain't cheap, okay? You gonna pay a nice little coin for Tom, okay? Just know that. So my next one is the House of Versace. I simply adore the House of Versace. Versace is just, it's a party. You know what I'm saying? Like, every Versace fragrance reminds me of a party. It reminds me of a yacht party, okay? It reminds me of sexiness, money, fashion, you know, beautiful women, sexy men. That's what Versace gives me. Versace Eros Parfum, which I'm almost done with. As y'all can see, I have put a nice little dent in this baby. This fragrance is simply gorgeous, sexy as hell. This is beautiful. I cannot think right off the top what floral is in this fragrance, but this is definitely a white floral fragrance, and I want to say it has Could it be tuberose or magnolia? I'm not for sure. It's poppy, it has razzle dazzle, it has appeal, it has sexiness. It's beautiful. Okay, this could easily be an everyday signature scent for me. Like if I worked in an office setting, I could see myself wearing this one a couple of times out of the week because it is just that good. And hardly no thinking with this one. This one is good. So I definitely want to get a new bottle of this one. This was a blind buy. This is the Versace Dreamer. And I got this one from TJ Maxx probably about a year ago. Now this one is a very citrusy fragrance. Now one thing about Versace that I've noticed, Versace fragrances carry a lot of citrus notes in them, like lemon, apples. I know apple is not a citrus, but it's a fruity note. And bergamot. Bergamot could come off kind of like citrusy, like lime, like a lime smell to me almost. And so I've noticed that Versace has a lot of citrusy notes in their fragrance, which I love citrus anyway, so I'm not bothered by that. But this one is a very citrus fragrance, a very fresh fragrance, a very aquatic fragrance. And I do like it because when I wear it, it smells like I just got out of the shower and I still smell like soap. So I like that one. This one to me reminds me of blue jeans. You guys know every time I talk about this fragrance, I always say that. This one does have like a Granny Smith apples or like an apple note. I don't know if they're Granny Smith, but they're apples, okay? And I want to say there's also something citrusy in this one as well. I feel like there's bergamot in the top in this one too. But this one does dry down to something very powdery, okay? Which I think is very sexy and very different and unique. It's just a unique smell, okay? And I really do love this fragrance. So this is Dylan Blue. Love this one. Go on and on and on about this one. This is Versace Woman. OMG, there's raspberry in here. This one is sweet, fun, playful, sexy. You guys, I put a lot of y'all onto this fragrance. Y'all was sleeping on this fragrance. This fragrance is very affordable. You can get this fragrance right now at TJ Maxx for probably $19. It is just that cheap, but it is so good. And when I tell you that men go crazy for this fragrance, I don't know why. They absolutely love this fragrance. So every time I see one, I try to keep it in my collection because I'm just afraid that it's gonna be discontinued and I'm not gonna be able to get it anymore, because actually for a while I didn't see it, and all of a sudden I started seeing it in TJ Maxx and Marshalls and places like that. At first I hadn't been seeing it at all. So yeah, this is a good one. Very fun, very playful, very sexy. It just reminds me of a supermodel in a bottle, okay? There is not one fragrance from this house that I don't like. Some of them I don't love, like I don't need them in my collection. But for the most part, when it comes to fragrances, this house just does no wrong in my eyes. And this is the house of Dolce and Gabbana. My favorite one as of right now to this day, hands down, period, point dot blank, is Dolce and Gabbana, the only one. I absolutely love this fragrance. I call this fragrance my caramel frappuccino in a bottle, okay? This fragrance has notes of coffee. It has notes of caramel. It smells like whipped cream. It is a dessert in a bottle. It's just super sweet. Look at the juice. If the juice is not any indication on what this fragrance is bringing, I don't know what. Look how dark that juice is. The most comforting fragrance I have in my collection, hands down. This fragrance is just so beautiful, so edible. I feel like I can drink it. This is Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue. Love this one. This is another citrusy fragrance, perfect for spring, summer. I've been wearing this fragrance since the 90s. And anytime I think about summer and I think about the fragrances that I want to wear, this is always in my lineup, okay? This is Dolce & Gabbana, the one. This is peach and some white florals, and I want to say musk in the base because there's definitely a musk component to this because it dries down with a musk note. Period. I love fragrances that are very unique smelling, you know, different, something that I'm not used to. And I get that from this fragrance from day one when it first came out. I want to say this fragrance probably came out in 07 or something like that, or 08, 09, somewhere along them lines. But when I first got it, I loved it. Now this one is new to my collection. This is L'Impératrice 3 by Dolce & Gabbana. Y'all know how I feel about this fragrance. This is a very aquatic fragrance, and in the way that it smells like water, okay? It actually smells like watermelon water, okay? And it has a musky dry down, and it's not necessarily the best musky note to me, and it's not the worst, okay? It's somewhere in between, but I am gonna layer it, like you guys said, I'm gonna layer it with other fragrances to see what it's gonna give, because I'm not ready to give it up right now. I want to keep it around and play with it and see what it do. This is Dolce & Gabbana Garden. You guys, y'all are not stranger to this fragrance. Y'all know about this fragrance. You've seen plenty of reviews on this fragrance. I just added it to my collection because I wanted to I wanted to add something to my fragrance collection for the summer, and I had always had this fragrance in the back of my mind, and I decided to go ahead and pick it up, and it doesn't disappoint. Okay, this fragrance is very pretty. It's sweet, which the name really throws me off. It says garden, and I was thinking that I was going to get something very florally, and it's not floral at all. This is like a coconut whipped cream type of fragrance. It almost reminds me of Cloud by Ariana Grande, just in that whole way of whipped cream and coconutty scent, you know, in that type of way. But I feel like this is going to be a perfect daytime fragrance and perfect for work, not offensive. I would totally recommend this as a safe blind buy. This is just a really good fragrance, very pretty. It also almost kind of reminds me of the Only One, but this one is lighter, okay? But it definitely has that sweet coconut smell. I have a lot of fragrances on this table and this video is gonna be long, I'm sorry. So the next house is the house of Givenchy. I love this house. A very mysterious house, you know. Givenchy is Givenchy French? Let me know. Are they French or German? Comment down below. Let me know, I'm curious. But I have 5 fragrances as well from this house, and some of these fragrances go back as far as 1997. I've had these fragrances in my collection. The first one I want to talk about is Haute Couture by Givenchy. I would have to say by far this is one of the most unique fragrances on this table right now. The reason why I say that is because this is a very smoky fragrance. It dries down literally to a cigarette smell, but not in a bad way. There's vetiver in here. I want to say there's raspberry and vanilla. All of those components leaves this fragrance, along with that cigarette smell, very creamy, very alluring, very sexy. And I have been rocking this one for a long time, since before YouTube was even invented, okay, that long. And I had to add it back in my collection because it was just one of those fragrances that I could not stop thinking about. There is a lot of character to this fragrance, a lot of razzle dazzle, and it's just so sexy. And that vetiver and that vanilla with the raspberry and that cigarette smoke smell, honey. I know it doesn't sound appealing. I know it. I know. Nobody likes the smell of cigarettes. I don't like the smell of cigarettes. But in this one, I was wearing this one. This used to be my club fragrance. I will wear this one to the club, honey, and turn necks, break necks. Okay, this is my club fragrance. I cannot tell you guys what the notes are, but it's very sexy. And it's so funny because one guy, when I wore it, he said, "You smell like money. You smell very sexy. What is that you're wearing?" And I said, "Very irresistible." He was like, "Yes, you are, but what's the name of the perfume?" Now this one, oh my God. Why is this discontinued? Why? This is Andescence, Organza Andescence, okay? My second bottle. They don't make this anymore, but on Fragrance X, I saw it on the site, but the bottle looks different, and I've been trying to get it ever since. I'm on the wait list, I guess, but I just wanted to see if it smelled the same. I cannot find this anywhere. Hence is why I don't use it very often. You want to know what this smells like? I will tell you what this smells like. This smells exactly like Grand Soir by MFK, but better to me, okay? They smell just the same. I have a little decant of Grand Soir, and it smells just like this. When I smelled Grand Soir, I said, "Oh my God, that is Andescence by Givenchy," like totally. I cannot tell you the last time I sprayed it, but it still smells the same, and it holds up very, very well. I wish I could find this one. If y'all see this, let me know, and I'm buying it right away, okay? This is Pie by Givenchy. Now this one is targeted for men, but why I got it is for the vanilla. This is the best vanilla fragrance I have smelled in a very, very long time. I know that it's targeted for men, but I have to say, if you are a lover of a vanilla note, you should smell this one. Vanilla in this fragrance is so beautiful. Oh my God, it is so beautiful. So pretty. I love this. Just for the vanilla. The vanilla's lit. And I don't know if I'm like a big major fan of vanilla, but in all honesty, I feel like every last freaking fragrance that I own has vanilla in the base. The vanilla in this one, nice. Is L'Entrée Intense by Givenchy. I don't have to say much about it because y'all know, you know already what this fragrance is giving, okay? This is the Bubblegum Tuberose fragrance that people always talk about. Well, I shouldn't say the one because it's not necessarily the one, but when people make reference, other YouTubers make reference to a Bubblegum Tuberose, this is what they're talking about. This one. This was one of those fragrances. This also has vanilla in it and sesame seed. The sesame seed gives this fragrance a very slightly nutty smell to it, but it goes so well in this fragrance. One of my favorite fragrances by Givenchy. I would have to say this by far is my most favorite fragrance from Givenchy. And then I would have to say this is second and this is third. But that is my Givenchy collection. Here is my honorable mention. I had to put her in here. I had to put her in here because, baby, my collection would be nothing without Miss Donna Karan, okay? Nothing. I don't know about y'all, but if you are truly a fragrance lover and you've been collecting fragrances since Johnny was a boy, okay, then you know Donna Karan was coming out with some bangers back in the day. And for that, I have to pay respect to the woman, okay? I got to put some respect on her name. So here we go. We got Donna Karan Cashmere Mist, okay? This one is like fresh linens to me. Oh my God, ooh. I need to start wearing this. This is fresh linen towels right out of the dryer. So fresh and pretty. It's Woman by Donna Karan, and this one is giving me sexy. This is giving me grown sexy woman, grown sexy independent woman. This is a leather fragrance, so there's a big leather note in this fragrance, and it's very sexy. I feel like when I wear this fragrance and I wear a leather jacket, it just amps up the fragrance even more. And this is so long lasting. I wore it once and the next day somebody called me and was like, I can still smell you in my car. That's what this fragrance is giving. I think this fragrance is discontinued if I'm not mistaken, but yeah, this is Woman by Donna Karan. I think this is Black Cashmere by Donna Karan, and this one also has a fruity component in it. I want to say raspberry. My daughter actually gave me this one. I actually gifted her this for Christmas a couple of years back, and she didn't wear it, so I took it back. But yeah, this is a very sexy fragrance as well. Love this. I wish I don't know what she did with the top, but okay, these two, I love this fragrance. Now this is the original Black Cashmere. This is Cashmere. I want to say this is Cashmere Black. I don't know, but the names are very similar, okay? But these two are the original Black Cashmere fragrances from back in the day, in the 90s, okay? When she first came out with this. It may have been 90s, early 2000s. But when I got wind that it was being discontinued, I bought an extra one, okay? And these are so pretty. Very earthy. I'm pretty sure there is some type of vetiver in here, some type of patchouli. But these are amazing. Definitely never giving these up, because these, you cannot find these anywhere. I guarantee you. You cannot find these pebbles anywhere, okay? Nowhere. I look, trust me, you can't. Is Dkny Pure. They still make this. I still see it in the discount stores. I see it at TJ Maxx, and they want almost $40 for it, which I refuse to pay, but I'm gonna end up buying it sooner or later because this is so good, you guys. This is one of the perfect, this is the best everyday scent I own. Well, I should say one of the best everyday scents that I own. Yeah, oh my god, this is so pretty. You know, this reminds me of Noir. Y'all know that fragrance by Couture, N-O-A. Now, is it now or Noah? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Has a little white ball in the bottle. This one kind of reminds me of that, because I had this one and I had that one together back in the day. But this one won me over. I like this one better. This is very pretty. This is it's almost like a skin scent, but the projection on it is beast mode. It has way more projection and longevity than that Noah that I'm talking about, so that's why I went with this one. But yeah, Donna Karan, I'm sorry. Donna Karan made some beast fragrances back in the day. She had a fragrance called Donna Karan she had a fragrance called Donna Karan Chaos. Ooh, it was amazing. If y'all know about it, comment down below. It was amazing. And I want to say that fragrance was only out for a few years, maybe 2 years max, and they stopped making it. I was so hurt. It was by far one of my favorite fragrances out of the whole Donna Karan line, okay? It was so good. Oh my god, if she brought that thing out again today, I would run out and buy 2 bottles immediately, okay? Like right now, I would get in my car and go right now and buy 2 bottles. It was just that good. There you have it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of my most favorite designer houses. I guess I could have picked 1 out of the 5, but nah, it wouldn't have hit the same. The video wouldn't have been the same. I had to showcase all the fragrances from the houses, right? Right. Comment down below if you have any of these lovely fragrances. I would love to know what you have. Also comment and let me know which ones I should buy from these houses. From the Moogler, Tom Ford, Versace, Dolce & Gabbana, and Givenchy. What should I add to those collections? Okay, let me know. You made it all the way through this video. Thank you so much, because I know this video was long as hell. So much. Hit the thumbs up button, all right? Also, if you're into fragrances, you love to smell good, that's your thing, maybe you want to know more about fragrances, maybe you just love my videos and my content and whatever, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. That way you'll be notified every time I upload a video. The notification bell is that little gray bell somewhere over here, right above the subscription little square, that one. Hit both of them, subscription and bell, at, you know, if hit them at the same time if you can. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate your love and support. I will see you guys in the next video.